Hello and welcome back to SnowRunner. That's me discovering a watchtower just to the southeast, no, just slightly to the southwest in fact of where we left you at the last episode in the lumberyard. I thought we'd potter over. I'm afraid that footage thing happened with the onboard recorder on the Xbox, but we're off to get this upgrade that is just the other side of this wood. So let's see if we can squeeze through here with our fully loaded truck, and I don't mean that in terms of air conditioning. It's come straight over here with the load of wood we need to get over to make the bridges to complete the mission. We got ourselves beautifully wedged between these two trees. Can we get out? A lock closed diffs. Oh no, we're stuck good and proper. Let's have a little bit of help getting out of here, shall we? Go on. Pull. Oh, there we are. No. Oh, this could be embarrassing. I keep showing off my shortcuts through the woods, but let's see. There must be somewhere to winch that's better than that. No. No. Maybe. Drag us back into the side. There you go. Twisted us out of where we were stuck. Now we've just got to get over, yeah, I think to the left might be our best bet. Let's clonk away a little bit. Again, protected from damage. We've got those lovely big bars on the front of the truck. You can see exactly why we have those. Not a pretty start to the episode, but what can I say? We're saving time. Why go and get a scout and come and do this when the truck that's close by can give it a good go? That's what we think here anyway. Again, this map has a sudden wet patch. The ground here is very deceptive and quite hard to judge until your wheels have hit it. Maybe we'll get a bit more of a sense for it as we go along. But there you go, we're in here. What have we got now? And it's an engine upgrade for the Ford CLT 9000, which we haven't got yet. Maybe that'll be useful one day. Hey, right. Very soft ground. We've actually sunk a little bit there, but I think we'll be okay. There's another watchtower or two to be unlocked. I think we will leave those to the scouts. We'll get this guy back to meet up with the Fleet Star. And then we need to find the route down to the bridges that need repairing. I think what we'll do, we'll use the Tiger to refuel the blue truck and the Fleet Star. So they're all good to go on their run. And then we will head down and scout out a route directly south, which we haven't been down here yet. It looks like it's going to save us driving all the way back the way we've come to get here. A more direct route, basically. Straight down there. We've got a mission to have a look at. We'll do a couple of waypoints, but this looks pretty straightforward. It's down this road that mostly is flooded out. And obviously I'm using the term road in its loosest possible term. It's a track at best. But this truck is pretty good. It's solid for sure. And this seems to be the role it was born to, especially on this map. This is basically our rolling garage, or as close as we can get. And yes, I'm glad a couple of you agreed with me in the comments in the last episode that having a mobile tyre changing facility or something at least, you know, maybe not a full-on garage, but it wouldn't be unrealistic to have some reasonably substantial vehicle that you might have to wait to unlock that you can just park on a map and use as either a mobile depot to an extent, or at least a centre point or a rallying point for your vehicles. Just, you know, just to get these guys onto mud tyres would be quite handy, wouldn't it? The only way for me to actually do that is to reset them one by one to the garage on Smithfield Dam, drive them across that map and back to where we need them here. So we've got a mission right here by the path. So while we're here, I'm going to leave the trailer on the track and we'll just dip in here, see what this mission's about. And I'm sure when the game first launched you didn't have to come to each mission and activate it to see what it needed. I guess it makes sense in a sense, indeed, but it caught me out. But this is what you need to do. Every mission you see on a map activate it as you drive past, and then it will stay accessible and checkable on your map screen. Right, again, this guy's not worrying me at all. Straight in, straight out. Definitely wouldn't want to be messing about with a trailer though, so yeah, do remember dropping them off is always an option. Come back and get them. I'm easily distracted enough anyway, at least I sometimes remember to make the distraction liable to be less disastrous. So on we plod, due south down this lovely track. There's a watchtower at the end. I'm not sure what we might have to do to activate it. We'll see that when we get down there, hopefully. So let's get moving. But I'm seeing nothing too scary on this road at all. There are plenty of tow points around, and quite nice chunky ones, the telegraph poles and these heavier trees. So I think even if we did get a little bit stuck down here, we'd be able to sort ourselves out. We've got another mission right here. I'm guessing it's going to involve that beautiful, magnificent Scout 800 just over there in the swamp. We'll accept that one. Yep, we need to drag that out and get that back somewhere. Again, we'll just leave that for somebody else to do. We'll stay on task. There you go. Might help out, eh? Do you guys know I put the twin rear wheels on this when I changed the tyres? You know, you can have the off-road or mud tyres without having to go to dual tyres. Does anyone really know if it makes a huge difference? I mean, IRL, that's more to do with the load that you're going to put on the tyres rather than, it's nothing to do with traction. I'm sure there's a reason racing cars have one fat tyre and not a couple of medium-sized tyres. I just wondered if it made a real performance. I had not got to the stage of doing those weird scientific tests that I ended up doing in Farm Simulator yet. I'm sure I will one day. That's my other little way of extending the gameplay. We've got a reasonably impressive hill in front of us right here, and then onto this path. So this is really wet and slippery. This could be a little bit of a challenge. Let's see. But again, we have got a telegraph pole there and near the top. So nope. No problems here. Truck and trailer straight up there. Right, so I think simply park this guy up. We'll probably just chill out here in the truck. We've got that little bed space in the back till the morning, and then we'll get the other guys up here. Good morning. It's a beautiful misty morning as usual here in Island Lake, and the ZIKZ blue truck is towing the fleet staff for no other reason than convenience along the track we went up last night in the Taiga. As you can see, we're already down near where the Scout is. I'm not going to muck about with these loaded lorries. We're going to get on, get those bridges reconstructed, and get the lumber mill revival well and truly underway. So these guys are doing fine. Obviously it's a little bit slow and ploddy. It would be really unrealistic, to be honest, if you were in some truck doing 30 miles an hour, 40 miles an hour along this track. Apart from anything else, you really would, unless you had something seriously uprated, kill the suspension, kill the axles, you just wouldn't do it. So this is almost a bit too quick anyway. At least we don't clip too badly off the telegraph wires. That would be an absolute nightmare if the camera did that. I wish we could turn the camera collision off. It's horrible when you're near a rock face or some tall trees, or a combination of both. But apart from that, if that's my only whinge, or my majorest whinge, now that they fixed some of the issues with load clipping and dropping, and the cranes no longer clip into tarmac and anchor the truck down if you've tipped it over. They fixed all those things. If all I'm moaning about are almost cosmetic details, we'll probably consider the job a good one. Right, what are we going to do here? Shall we split the team for this little ascent? This is nowhere near the kind of hill I thought it would be. The hill that would be the big test would be the one we came down nearly end on Island Lake when we had to bring the loads down into the swamp and across the swamp. Luckily the only time we had to see that hill was to get down it without having a crash. So here we are with many loads of wood. We brought all the wood we can carry. Let's get in here, get these missions complete, and then we can get on. Now we obviously only need 2 loads of wood to repair the bridges to get the loads to the lumber yard, but we do have the other mission that we uncovered, another bridgey mission just a little to the north, and the other load of wood is for that. So we did it all at once. That's the other advantage of scouting around a little bit. Right, we've got a nice big trailer here discovered. That's a little bit of XP, and that's got a load of metal bars on it. Fantastic. We got a new mission right up here to right down there. So locate a signal tower. They've lost another tower. Okay, we'll get to that one later. Where was I? Yeah, metal bars. I've noticed the next kind of biggest mission here is about getting 3 loads of metal bars somewhere, and I think all 3 of those loads of metal bars are already sat on this map in trailers. I'm sure I've already found 2. We'll have a review as and when, but I was thinking of having to get those loads of metal bars from the last map, but I think they're all here. If you find all the trailers, you'll find enough metal bars. That's my prediction. We shall see. Fleet Star is the star. Look at him. No, this land is probably the most solid I've seen on this map so far. It's actually as solid as it looks. So here we are. What do we got here? We've got a rickety little bridge, but that's no problem. That's quite a nice wide one actually. We've seen narrower, and that horrible one on Drowned Lands, which is at a 45-degree angle. Right, down here, turn right, and we'll be in the destination of the loads we've then got to get from the other side of the swamp when we built the bridges. So first look at the lumber yard, see what's going on here. Might be another trailer or 2 sat around in here for us. There's a lot of wood, and I understand the wood movement is going to be put into the game in one of the updates. I'm quite looking forward to that. I'm quite good at the crane loading with the wood. Too much Farm Simulator. So here we are, drop off point number 1. Ta-da, 2 pallets of wood for you. Yeah, I said we got 3 loads of wood. That's actually 6 pallets. So each bridge needs 2. So that's bridge number 1. We've got 1 more bridge across here. Then this mission will be complete. Then we can get the loads that we brought from the other map back into the lumberyard and review the situation then. So here's the second drop off point for the wood. You can have 2 of those. Lovely, beautiful bridge. The timber's instantly aged about 60 years just by being laid down on its ground. Look, that's amazing. We've got our little guitar solo. Let's not fall through the bridge we just built. Yeah, I think the bridge would look a little bit cleaner, just at least for the first couple of times. Right, so now we need to pick up the concrete blocks that have they sunk into the ground, or is that just the angle? Right, no, first we need to dump this trailer. The trailer we're pulling we'll just get rid of somewhere out of the way, or will we? Right, grab the concrete then. I'm obviously narrating this bit after the event. The trailer actually might keep us a little bit more stable. I am worried about the mud and getting pulled into it, but that looks like a very nice little spot there. I'm minimizing, of course, how high I'm lifting it. It's barely enough to get it onto the back. I'm not being too fussy not being fussy enough. Just reattached it there. Nearly dropped it off the side of the truck. I was going to say I'm not being too fussy about how pretty I get it on. I'll let our magic stevedore take care of that. And then we'll dump the trailer out of the way. Carefully not erasing the load. God, imagine if I did that now. That would make me rather sad. Right. I think I'm back on track here. We're going to pull up here, dump this trailer, come back, get the curtain side trailer, back across the swamp. Job's done. Sounds so simple, doesn't it? Right, so I think this map, we can say, has got quite a nice kind of flow to it there. We've basically done a circle and ended up right where we needed to be, without having to backtrack too much. So, once we get this done, I think, yeah, the best thing to do is going to be to do a stock take on those metal bars and a little bit more exploration. But this map so far, oh, see, it's the angle. You get a very soft patch of ground on one side of the truck, like there. Oh, that was silly. Oh my dear, luckily we have friends just across the way. Oh, that was me. That was the camera angle and complacency. What we'll do, we're going to bring this fella around. He's still carrying his concrete blocks, bless him, that we need for the lumber yard. We're going to bring him down from where he unlocked the watchtower in the last episode. Just carry on down that track, see what's at this end of it. What have we got here? A mission. Oh, so this is one of the other bridging missions. So what does this one want us to do? Same as usual, I should think. Yeah, we can do that. Okay, we know what we need for that one now. That is now stored on our map screen. So we'll just bomb back down and get this fleet start sorted out. I'm just looking for the trailers with the metal bars, etc. That is another bridging mission there. Right. I think what we're going to end up doing is kind of another lap and then end up back here with more stuff. I was trying to think there where we're going to go next. So let's crack on. This truck again is impressive. Has no diff locks. He doesn't seem to care. He's like the honey badger of the fleet so far. All about the power. More power, baby. Donut Media is a YouTube channel, does some really good car and racing videos. If you've never seen it, I recommend it. They're really fun and really well made, and they do actually a lot of research, especially when they do a video at a particular car and its history. There's a little bit of recommendation for you. Donut Media. Right, here we are. This shouldn't be at all hard. It's getting dark. Can we get the mission complete before daybreak? As long as we can find enough solid land to not get this one stuck. Although again, we got lots of towing points. I'm feeling confident. Just make sure you get on one of those higher winch points on the vehicle you're trying to tip back over. Otherwise, all you're going to do is drag it. Right, there we go. Give it a good yank. There we are, easy peasy. The truck looks like it will immediately fall back over. I'm going to try and drag it back a little bit more. Right, change vehicle really quickly. We might need to get the winch straight onto there. There we are. And then we can use that as kind of a fulcrum. There we are. We've swung ourselves back onto the track. I have skipped a daylight. It seemed the sensible thing to do. That concrete does look like it might have sunk a little bit now. We're going to stay up here on the most solid part of the track, and we're going to try and drag the concrete back towards us on the ground if possible, so we don't get tipped straight over. Come on. This is like trying to land a big pike or a carp. Get it closer before you lift it up. There we are. Oh, and hopefully, yes, as the weight gets in, it's pulling us back up. A very dainty little crane lift, this one. And now, again, get the arm in as short as you can. Whoa, drag it back over and up. I'm not worried about scratching the paint. Not at all. There we are. Job's a good one. Right, team, let's get this mission completed, shall we? The load is secured. Who's going to lead the way? We need to go back and get that trailer first. Let's not forget that. That would be too silly. Come on, nice and careful. The crane definitely has a downside of raising your centre of gravity and making you a little bit more tippy, but I think the utility of having a crane or two on the map, certainly this one with no garage, this map here, and I'm thinking of picking up those iron bars. I don't want to have to take the trailers that are on anywhere. I want to lift the metal bars onto the trailer, onto the truck, onto the trailer, and take them as I want them. This one seems to suffer a little bit less from having the crane because he's got that much wider wheelbase. He's just much heavier, so therefore much more firmly planted on the ground. We're going to get him all nicely lined up on the bridge. We're going to get his chum up behind him, and we're going to tow our little convoy into victory. Come on, no more mishaps please, guys. Oh, isn't it hot wherever well, I'm in the UK, obviously. It is so hot. I'm sorry there's been a little bit of a pause before this video's come out as well, guys, and that this is a little bit shorter than usual. It is purely because it is so hot, and we've got people staying. It's kind of holiday time, remember. We've got visitors. I haven't had a room to myself for 5 days. This is the first time I've had a couple of hours to sit down and do some editing, narration, etc, etc. But I'm doing that in the house and I'm sweating. You don't want to know that, and that's too much information. I'll stop there. You know what I'm saying. When the weather's like this, do you really want to be at your keyboard? Ask yourself. Anyway, here we go. The little march of victory, hopefully, and not of catastrophe and shame. Last night was lovely. We were out in the backyard. We had a nice little fire going. We did a bit of cooking on the fire. We had a couple of backup little barbecue pits. Madeline's vegetarian, so although she's not at all horribly fussy, we do try to keep her stuff separate. She's not going to beat us up if her vegetables have touched something that touched meat, I'm very pleased to say. That's what I like about our team here. We're all quite different and we all just accommodate each other without being too silly about it. It's a good way to do things. No one's in charge. Right. I think we're just going to do the same thing again. Line this guy up. I'm being a little bit overcautious. There were a couple of bridges on the last map that I really didn't get on too well with. They were much narrower than those. So maybe my bridge paranoia is a little bit overstated. I'm also conscious, of course, after the accident in the last episode, of keeping an eye and the alignment straight to get over the bridge. If I just drive around that corner in this truck, where's that wagon at the back going to end up in that train? Probably tipping into the mud. So this is just my little bit of being cautious. You don't get much of it. Get quite a nice screenshot there too. So I think the map so far is just be careful, you look before you leap until you've scouted out an area or a route. I mean, this way seems reasonably safe and reliable, but that's because we were a little bit cautious coming down it. Other areas you can get caught out, as you saw there with the Fleetwood tipping over. Sorry, the Fleet Star. I don't know why I keep calling it a Fleetwood. It's a Fleet Star, we know that. Yeah. over the edge of the bank or into the soft ground, and you can go over very quickly or get stuck. So there you are, you fussy little mission. There's your trailer. Right, that's the first mission complete. I think the best thing to do now, we'll pop back to the garage, have a look at where we are. I want to sell something so we can buy something. Some more XP. Some more of those lovely dollar cash pounds. And we're level 12. We get in there, but because we're level 12, we got most of the major upgrades unlocked. Now, here is the TranStar, the International TranStar 4070A. It has no diff locks available. It has no four-wheel drive available. With what I've seen of where we are working now, I can't really see what use this truck would be to us. And it's kind of got some money involved in it, which we could probably do something more useful with. Usual range of colours on the base models. I like seeing what these colour schemes are. I think some of them could have been a little bit more blingy. Or why not one day have a little livery maker a la Forza. I like that one. I love it. I've spent far too much time making up liveries in Forza. In terms of utility of fitting, we've got all of the bits available that we could have. Let's just check. If we put the flatbed on, we can also have a crane. Yeah, that's cool. I reckon we've got more than enough room there to tow a trailer. So lots of utility in terms of what we could do with it. We just need the right kind of roads to do it on. And we're going to sell it by this guy, the International LoadStar 1700. We've got an engine upgrade already. That's handy. We haven't got a lot of other upgrades for this one. We have to go and unlock them. And remember, this is a Scout class vehicle, but on the truck line. But now we're level 12. That means we've got all of the tyre options unlocked up to chained. So we're ready for snow. This truck is very powerful. It's got permanent diff locks, permanent four-wheel drive. We can put the autonomous winch on, and we shall because we can afford it, and it's such a time saver just in case it does go wrong. All we've got on the back is a mixture of repair points. 450 is that one. And then we've got a mixture of tyre, repair points and fuel. The third option would be just to have the crane on there, but nothing else. That's why I had it at the bottom of that hill in the last episode, just in case one of the trucks rolled on my shortcut. This guy was there to drag them out with the crane, if necessary. We're definitely going to get all the fog lights on this bad boy that we can, and we have. In fact, I fitted this a little bit earlier, you've probably noticed. But we've already got the upgraded front bars and fog lights. This truck has got a lot of grunt. It is a little bit of a beast. It's not level locked or anything, but it's very expensive. It's about the same price as the blue truck, or indeed the one we just sold. So would you want an extra truck early game, or would you want this Scout? It's your choice. You could do it, I'm sure, but I don't know. I think I did it kind of the right way, sticking with load capacity. We've used the blue truck mostly as a Scout anyway, really. He happens to carry loads whilst he's doing it, whereas the LoadStar can't carry a load. Ooh, the irony. So we're cutting straight over the top of the central kind of highland in the Smithfield Dam map. We put the mud tyres on whilst we were in the garage. Not a route we used at all often. The Tagar did it and cuts down that side path. We're this time going to go straight over the hill. So the Tagar split off to the right as we're looking there. We're going to go left and straight up and over. I'm not expecting any shocks or surprises. This is a very squat, very kind of wide, very stable vehicle. I like it. And indeed there were no problems. We've grabbed our friend the Loaf on the way past to bring him through to the map. Why not? The more the merrier. We've obviously got the Scout fuel trailer full to help out our buddies that are already there. Now a little experiment. What happens now if I transfer to the next map that all three of us go through? I've never tried this before. There were problems earlier on with vehicles colliding into each other when you transferred in multiplayer. But we're here, the trailer's here, and the Loaf's here. That's handy to know. Right. Our reinforcements are on the map. The first mission is complete. We know where we can find some metal bars. I think this is a good point to leave it, guys. Enjoy the weather. Leave us a like if you've liked it. Any comments or advice is always welcome. For now, take care, keep cool, and goodbye.